So after collecting a bunch of blocks of amethyst and amethyst shards, it was time to make my way back to base. When I got home, I dumped everything into my storage and placed the other axolotls into their brand new home. Just by taking a look at these axolotls, I could tell just how happy they were. I was now a step closer to getting full axolotl gear. Now all I would need to do is simply head to a tropical ocean to get some tropical fish. Not only is this an axolotl's favorite food, but it would be needed if I wanted to breed these axolotls together. So after making a ton of buckets, I collected as many tropical fish as I could find. I got pretty lucky with tropical fish and I couldn't stop finding them. So with an inventory filled with tropical fish, it was time to make my way home. When I made it home with all of the tropical fish, I couldn't quite wait to see the reaction of my axolotls. They were going to be very excited. I breeded my axolotls together, and once this was done, I realized I had just enough axolotls to make my first axolotl tool. So I collected 2 axolotls into a bucket and decided the first thing I was going to craft was going to be an axolotl sword. I placed the axolotls where they needed to be, and here it was, the axolotl sword. Now, I had a suspicion that these axolotl tools must have a special ability, but after spending some time on trying to find out what this axolotl sword could do, I got unlucky and couldn't quite find out what it did. I would have to wait until the battle against the king axolotl. Maybe it would do something there. It was coming up to nighttime, so I decided to spend the night farming all my sugarcane and also extending it. Before I knew it, it was day 25, and I had a genius idea of what I wanted to do with this swimming pool. I could see my axolotls wanted me to expand their swimming pool, so I went beneath it and made some secret water pipes underneath, exclusively only axolotls could access. These pipes and rooms were small enough for only an axolotl, and well, I knew all of my axolotls would enjoy this small extension. Once it was finished, I filled it up with water and tested it out myself, and I must say, it was pretty fun. By the time I built this, I was able to breed my axolotls again, which brought me a step closer to making even more axolotl tools. It was now coming up to the end of day 27, and I realized all of my sugarcane was making great progression. It was now time to fully construct an enchantment table. So there was going to be one thing that I needed to make this enchantment table possible, and this was leather so I could make some books.